Okay, let's talk foil shears. Gotta love them, gotta hate them. So as I cut my pattern out, remember I left the part extra for the zinc, and I just used regular paper, regular shears. When I go to cut the rest of these pieces out, however, I'm going to have to choose from my collection of pattern shears. Now they make two different types. One is for lead, so if I was going to lead this together versus copper foil method, I would need to use something with lead for lead, and you can see it's stamped lead right there. It actually takes out a larger swatch of paper than what I would have if I was using a foil method. And the reason you want to use this is if you just use your regular scissors, your pieces are going to grow. You need a space for your foil or your lead channel to go into. It gives you some breathing room. You also don't want your pieces to fit perfectly together. You want to have a little bit of gap so that your solder can get in through there and kind of cobweb together your stained glass. So it is, as much as you hate to use them, it's absolutely imperative that you use your pattern shears. So there's a couple lead ones. I'm going to set those aside because I'm not doing lead on this project. I'm doing copper foil. There's a kit that you can purchase that's 2-in-1 that you just simply remove the bolt and choose between the two. Honestly, I haven't used them that much, so I'm sure they're just fine. A good way to save some money. I invested in some cheap China ones. They don't work hardly at all. If you want to be very frustrated, sorry, I'm trying to do this and hold the camera. The paper sticks it in it really bad. So as you're cutting through and making curves, it's really difficult with those. I use them for a little bit and then they go in the drawer. You'll also notice that it makes a very, very, very fine track. And they're almost too fine, in my opinion. So those are the China ones. Inland is probably the pair that I would go ahead and invest in that you can find pretty much anywhere. Any supplier, they're good. Again, make your cut. And that's the cut with the inlands. Not too bad. You can see the difference there between the China ones and the inland. I like that space right there. That's more of a proper spacing. My ultimate favorite are these two. They're from, they're Micas, M-I-C-A. You can see that. Now what's interesting is, and I've collected these throughout the years, is this one has a patent stamp on it, and let's see, made in China on that one. This one, they look the same company. This is made in Korea. So at some point they've switched them. I don't know if you can see the difference in color there. But believe it or not, and I taped my favorite ones, they're the sharpest right now, and they just cut really well, are the made in China one versus the Korea one, which I find really interesting. That one's China, this one's Korea. This one's China, this one's Korea. So, go figure. I just marked my favorite ones, so I know those are the ones I'm going to be using. These are the 2-in-1s, so not too bad. What's nice about that is you've got the nut that you can loosen or whatever. And then these look like inlands over here. It's just whatever you buy and get used to, and yes, you will hate the whole process all the way through. Just when you're cutting, make sure as you cut curves and things, you remove all of these and throw them away. So that's pattern shears. So my next step then is to go through, cut all of these apart, and as I'm cutting it apart, I am kind of putting it on the glass. I've got my glass pieces scattered through here. I'll just set my pattern pieces on that color so I know that's the color it's supposed to be. Alrighty, I will see you in a while.